Hi, my name is Dan Schmitt. This is Team Chicago Challenge. We're in Oshkosh, Wisconsin with the Beaver Motorcycle Club and the Otto Street Fishery. But it's a warm year this year, not as cold as normal, so they got the tent on in the parking lot. But we got great ice. We got about 12 inches ice. So we're looking at some of the action out here, quads, motorcycles, mini bikes, a great event put on by the Beaver Motorcycle Club. It's an annual event put on every year. It's the fishermen working with the motorcyclists. It's quite an event. So let's check out some of the action from Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Well, it's a warmer winter than normal. It's February 4th, 2012. As we look at some of the spectators that have come out, there's Joe Stoppelward, who invited me to come out, ride his bike, and have a good time. A good number of people coming out to support the Otto Street Fishery, Otto Street Fishing Club. The track is a little bit closer to the shoreline, so you'll be able to stand on the shoreline and see the motorcycle action. And now we're going to turn it over to Mike Schwarzenbacher with the riders meeting.
Welcome to the Otto Street Fishery. Thanks for taking time out of your Saturday to show up and race with us. The Otto Street Fishing Club invites us up. It's a great opportunity to have motorized sports with the silent sports. We are guests here, so let's be nice and cordial to everybody. I would ask that everybody picks up your garbage and cans and that kind of stuff too, so that we leave a good impression with them. The trees are the inside of the track, and the cones are the outside of the track. You gotta stay within the inside and the outside of the track. If you don't, we can disqualify you and will disqualify you. With no snowbanks or nothing like that, we're probably too close already to spectators and that kind of stuff. So remember, outside the trees, but inside the cones. Tethers for bikes. We had that incident a few years ago. Also, we have 0 for snowbanks here, and we'll have people standing everywhere, so your bike has to have a tether. It has to work. It's a change. We got a lot of negative feedback about it, but we do have them here. If you don't have one, we'll be willing to sell you one. If you really don't have any money, I got one you can borrow for this race too.
We're going to get into the racing action, starting with the mini class. 4 mini bikes, bikes up to 85 cc's and 150 cc. They're running them all together. They will be scored separately. Jumping out front, the number 719 Slublev Larson.
Done this before as he pulls away from the second and third place rider.
Well, he's flying out there. Second place, number 7, that's Taylor Huntsman. And 0, that's Brady Lane on the Suzuki. It's a great track, good size, probably 1/3 mile, a little bit bigger than a short track. Short track back in the old days was considered a 1/4 mile. So this is about a 1/3 mile track. Approximately, the straightaways are about 300 feet, 350 feet. The radius of the corners is about 300 and some feet. So it's about a 1/3 mile all the way around, turning some good laps up front. Gleb Larson up front. Taylor Huntsman running second, number 7, Brady Lane. On the 50, that is Royal Park. He's having a great time. Going on to pick up the win as white flag comes out in this mini heat race. It is 719 Gleb Larson. And now looking at the final, jumping up front in the final, it's number 7. That's Taylor Huntsman, who was sleeping during the heat race. He's jumping up front. Now we got all 3. A great battle has developed. Second place is at Brady Lane. Brady Lane seems to be the youngest rider out there, maybe, on the Suzuki. So we got a Kawasaki up front, a Suzuki running second, and a Yamaha running third now. What a change. Taylor Huntsman, he's up front on the Kawasaki. Brady Lane, Gleb Larson, Royal Park having a great time. Gonna pick up a trophy. Gonna have a great time out here at Oshkosh on Lake Winnebago, making the move on the outside, going into the lead. Maybe is that Brady Lane, does he have enough snuff in that Suzuki to get by the Kawasaki? Down on the inside with the Yamaha. Moving up in the front, it is Brady Lane. He has got the lead at this point. Second place, Taylor Huntsman. Brady Lane, he is looking great. As we see, Loyal Parts, having a great time racing around on this good size 1/3 mile track. Down to the wire, they're going to be battling. White flag, 1 lap to go. Lev Larson trying to find his way by Brady Lane, the young rider, battling for the lead. Suzuki against the Yamaha. Somewhere, Taylor Huntsman well down to the line. Here they come to the checkered flag. Picking up the win. It is Brady Lane picking up the win on the Suzuki. As I line up, this is a combined vet and senior, or plus 40. So it's plus 30, plus 40, combined motorcycle race. As we wait for the green flag to fly, I get a pretty decent start. I am riding Joe Stoppelworth, 250 Yamaha. As I come out of the line, they had a good start, but I'm now in 4th place as I head around the back straightaway. Joe Stoppelworth's bike's working pretty good. One more bike comes sneaking by, putting me back to my 5th place now. It's a good sized track. No snow, warm weather. Never once during the entire day did I get cold. Up front in the senior class, it is John Hundermark. He is leading. Scott Mack is running 2nd. Sonny Johnson running 3rd. Chris Bear is running 4th. I'm running 5th place in the senior class. There is one vet out there, Patrick Dampar, but I don't know where he's running. He's winning. But as we finish up this race, we're going to go to the pass. 2005, heads up. Myself and Joe Stoppelworth out here. Joe Stoppelworth on his 650 twin. I'm on my 250 Yamaha. Another warm day like today, 2005. Let's check out the action, and we'll go back to the call from the show from 2005.
All lined up, waiting for the green light. My rear wheel just spun up on the start. Let me see if I can get around Bratton here. Drive on the inside. There's one of them twins. That's Greg. Gansel, I get by him. Up front, 24. That's Gary Beck. Joe Stoppelworth takes that outside line, cuts across, goes on to the outside again. These guys both have more horsepower, more top end. Joe Stoppelworth keeps going wide. He cuts down on the inside, gets by Gary Beck. 2 twins. Get a little spray from Stoppelworth. So 50 degrees, the track's holding up pretty good. I just get by Gary Beck right there. Joe Stoppelworth, again, cuts back, slides out. I think I've got enough snuff. Get on the gas. And the 4 and 6 performance, Yamaha dealers, participate in Yamaha dealers, Turco Racing Fuel and Oil, 250 WR. White flag, 1 lap to go. I hear Joe Stoppelworth right behind me. So I stay on the gas. 1 last corner, pitch it in, get on the gas, run it wide. You're going to pick up the win. 1 year you're a 0, next year you're a hero. 2nd place in the weight was Joe Stoppelworth. 3rd was Gary Beck. 4th place went to Kevin Bratton. 5th place Greg Sganzo, and sixth place was Al Suffners.
We take a break, plow the track. Look at some of the spectators that came out. Some are standing on the ice. Some are up there by the tent. But a great number of people came out for the motorcycle racing Saturday, February 4th. We're going to talk to one of the members as he tells us about this fishing contest and how they're going to pay out. We're going to talk to John McKenzie.
John McKenzie with the Otter Street Fishery, and we're registering the fish here today. The requirements are that you have to purchase a raffle ticket in order to register a fish, and we're paying out, this is the first year we've done this, paying out just the first 3 places for each fish. We're paying $100 for first place, $75 for second, and $50 for third. And they can fish anywhere to bring the fish here to register it.
Now we're looking at Quad Pro Class 2012 with the Beaver Motorcycle Club, Lake Winnebago. Up front, Ken Kraus, number 780, is leading 18 seconds. It's Rob Fritz, Ellen Bowden, and Schmitt. Pro riders on the quad, studded class. The heat race, picking up the win, Ken Kraus. And in the final event, jumping out front, Rob Rice right with him. Ken Kraus running second. Al Barton, but he's back running now. He's got to chase down, see if he can pick up his second win. This is the pro class. They pay cash up front. Ken Kraus running in fourth place. Al Barton, Mark Schmitt, Jamie Semrose in the back. Ken Kraus got going again behind an outside line. He is working his way back to the lead. Second place now as he gets by Al Barton. Matt Schmitt fourth. The checkered flag, picking up the win. It is Bob Ritz. Ken Kraus second. Al Barton third. And now we're going to look at the 250 race. Jumping out front, that is Joe Stoppelworth on his 250 Yamaha. Got a great start, looking good. Right behind him, we got a Parker Lane and a Christian Johnson. There's also Sonny Johnson Jr. out there. Joe Stoppelworth's got the hot hand, number 11. That is Christian Johnson running in second place. Number 65, that's Sonny Johnson mixed out here in the 250 class. Beaver Motorcycle Club making the move. That's 65. That is Sonny Johnson Jr. and Joe Stoppelworth continues to lead. It's a big quarter mile, but closer to a third mile. We got Christian Johnson, Parker Lane, Chris Baker, Grant Calverton. Joe continues to lead, but these two youngsters are catching well, moving on the inside, taking advantage of Joe going a little wide. Number 57, that is Parker Lane, also moving by Joe. Got Christian Johnson. Joe cuts a good lap. Finishes second in the heat race. Now in the final event, again, Joe Stoppelworth gets that great start as he blasts off the line. Joe's Cables, Beaver Motorcycle Club, second place, 57, Parker Lane again. Christian Johnson, Sonny Johnson, Chris Beck moving down on the inside, keeping a good line at young riders. Number 11, that's Christian Johnson running in third place. Joe's running a good, solid race. But now he's got two youngsters. Whoa, making a move down on the inside. Whoa, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Moving up front, that's Parker Lane. Joe Stoppelworth holding that tighter line on the inside. Hundreds of spectators coming out, seeing the motorcycle races. Fourth place at Sonny Johnson Jr. Chris Baker's fourth. Grant Taylorton is in fifth. Parker Lane went on to pick up the win. Christian Johnson was second. Now we'll get some of the action. Open amateur class. Open amateur. Jumping out front, that is 65. That is Christian Johnson up front. Right with him, Morgan Metzler from the Metzler family. Metzler's Triumph BMW, Harley Davidson, Beaver Dam. Mike Durham, Pat Stempar, Aaron Mule. The young rider, Christian Johnson, looking pretty good out there. Second place. 18, that's Morgan Metzler. Mike Drummond, Patrick Sampo, Eric Mule. Christian Johnson will not be denied. And it's Christian Johnson going on to pick up the win. Second place, Morgan Metzler. Third place, Mike Drummond. Now we're going to get into the action in the big twins class. Jumping out front, Terry Vessel, I believe. He's still from the Kenosha area. Right with him, right? Joe Stoppelworth's bike. That's John Hundermark. Also right up there is Shannon Reamer, number 60. Dan Luncheon is on a Triumph, so we got number 20. So we got 3 Yamaha twins and 1 Triumph twin battling here out on the ice. Now these are 300 and some pound motorcycles. Not quite as light as the 500s and the 250s, the converted motocross bikes. Making a move now. Got Shannon Reamer, John Hundermark on the Joe Stoppelworth Yamaha. Barry Vessel taking it outside line. Number 60 running second. Third place, John Hundermark on the Joe Stoppelworth Yamaha twin. Joe's Cables moved up to second place. Making the move, that John Hundermark is on the charge here. You'll be able to catch Terry Vessel. John Hundermark goes on to pick up the win in the heat race. And now we're going to look at the final event. Jumping out front this time in the final, it was John Hundermark on the Joe Stoppelworth Yamaha twin. Second place, Terry Vessel. Third place, Shannon Reamer. Dan Luncheon, he's out there on that Triumph twin. Picking up the win, it was John Hundermark on the Joe Stoppelworth Yamaha twin. Terry Vessel, second. White flag flies. Not be denied. John Hundermark picking up the win. And now, the final event, open quad class. Number 5 on the inside, that's Zach Jurchek. Second place. Making a move on the outside, that's 16, Brad Tomei. And he's got a 4-cylinder motorcycle engine in his quad. Open quad class. Number 16, Brad Tomei. Matt Rejek, I think, is running third. Chad Larson, DJ Slasher. Number 5, Pat Zerchek. Got the hot hand on the cool ice. Number 16's got some horsepower though. Let's see if he can get it to the ground. He's using it outside line. Second place now is Matt Rejek. I can hear that 4-cylinder engine working the outside line. He's trying to make the move. That's Brad Tomei. Chad Larson fourth. DJ Slasher running in fifth. Lifting them wheels in the corner. He's got the hot hand, no doubt. Here comes that 4-cylinder. Listen to that thing spring down the straightaway. Now he's trying to use the inside line. He's making tracks, running in third. Zach's still up front. Matt's running second. Making the move. The four-cylinder overcome. Behind this battle, it's Chad Larson, DJ Slasher, Brandon Gala, Austin Doolin. That's Zach up front on the Honda. Otter Street Fishery. And we're looking at some of the fish that have been entered into the contest. They're paying $100, $75, and then $50 first, second, and third. So these are some of the fish that have been caught out here, entered in, brought in fresh. Good number of people having a great time watching motorcycle racing, drinking beer, supporting the Otter Street Fishery, keeping the spirit alive in Wisconsin as they spin the barrel, buying chances, supporting fishing, supporting restocking the lake. Good event, great fun to have by all. Looking at the action. Combined 450 race. Now the final event. 3 amateurs, 2 experts jumping out front. Number 48. Ray Johnson's got the hot hand moving. Got Morgan Metzger, number 18. Is he mixing it up? Christian Johnson. Mike Drummond, great racing, trying to escape from the madness behind him. It's Trey Johnson.
Trey Johnson
on the outside push. Morgan Metzger, he's trying to make the move, mix it up with them pro riders. The young riders, 65, that's Christian Johnson. Running in second place. Down on the bottom, running a nice ice. That's Morgan Metzler. What happened to DJ Slosser up front? 48's up front. 65, the young rider, 65, Christian Johnson. That's Trey Johnson and Christian Johnson, 1 and 2. Morgan Metzler. Morgan Metzler trying to get by. Christian Johnson. Good battle for second place. Trey Johnson's got the hot hand to go fast. February 4th, 2012. You see this battle for the amateur class 18. Oh, 18 picks up the win in the amateur class. Now, my race, I'm on Joe Stoppelwert's 250. As you can see, the track is starting to deteriorate just a little bit. We're going to be going through some water right here. Water's coming up on the ice, not too bad. We're getting sprayed. Running in about 5th place. The vets, there's Patrick Sapphire on the vet class. John Uzamark's up front. Scott Mack second. Sonny Johnson running third. Chris Baker running fourth. Picking up the win in the senior class, it was John Undermark. Picking up the win in the vet class with Patrick Sapphire. And now we're going to go back to 1995 when I rode the George Mack 4 and 6 prepared Road Tech and he had a great race.
And now the feature event, at least according to the show, Super Senior. Jumping out front, Kawasaki, Kevin Grafton, but that was shortly lived as I take the 4 and 6 prepared Road Techs. But moving in the second right behind me is Rich Walbeezer, and he had Cyclecraft 250 Yamaha, but nobody's a match for this 4 and 6 prepared Road Techs. Don Waldbieser did the tires. This bike worked. I'll tell you, I never had so much fun. The battle for second shaped up. Number 8 moved in, Kevin Crafton. Rich Waldbieser's right behind them. Number 2, Rich Waldbieser's got some hook up there, trying to make the move. We get around. Can he move into second place? He runs a nice smooth race out there. He's got a real fast 250 Yamaha that really accelerates. Can he catch that Kawasaki though? I told George Mack, this is George Mack's bike. Geo Trading. I said I would take it nice and easy on the engine, but I wasn't going to lose this race. I wanted to pick up the cash.
It sure is great. Looking back in the past, 1995, riding at George Mack, 4 and 6 prepared, 500 Road Techs. A good time back racing on the ice, Oshkosh.
Joe Stoppelworth and the guys from the Beaver Club always put on a great event. To contact Joe, it's jlstoppy@gmail.com and get more information on his cable company for motorcycles. Beaver Cycle Club, Facebook is Beaver Cycle Club, website is www.beavercycleclub.com. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. And remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum off Indiana 39. They're in Winnemac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson. Give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles.